is the most important thing in this life. I don't want to hurt you. Do you understand?
I need your help with something.
The diseases out there don't play by the rules in here, son. There are no rules out there. There's a couple things you need to understand. Everything I do to protect that boy. Smile.
You don't have to be afraid of us. Just let me go.
Mother thinks you'll be here a while.
It fills me with joy to know that our family is whole again. Welcome back, daughter.
I want these last few years to be special.
Boom, there you go. That was a trailer for Daughter, arriving in theaters as well as digital and on demand on February 10th. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I have a special guest, the daughter herself, the sister herself, Vivien Ngô. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
I appreciate you. So I have to ask, I literally got done like 10 or 20 minutes ago watching this film so I could be all up to speed to talk to you and be ready, do my homework. And I'm a little bit triggered. I feel like I need to call my therapist because that was a lot. There was a lot going on in there as an Asian American that, you know, with my journey in life and
yeah, I see Kuya P. I was like,
it spoke to me. This film spoke to me in a lot of different ways. So I'm curious, when you got the call as an Asian American yourself, you know, and there's few roles as an actor as well. You know, there's few roles. Here comes this project. It's saying and speaking on a few things. Like, how down were you? And yeah, tell me, like, you got the call and you were ready to put your foot into this and kind of, you know, show your range.
So I did not get the call because I was the one making the calls.
Okay, watch out. Brush them shoulders off. Brush them shoulders off.
I am one of the producers on the film. So the project started between me and the director and writer, who is a Black man. And we'd been friends for a couple years. And we were just having some drinks and just kind of talking about how frustrated we were about the industry and what we felt we were allowed to do, and allowed the stories we were allowed to tell, and the roles I felt like I was allowed to go out for. And he just simply looked at me. He was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I think I'm ready to play a lead finally. And, you know, I'm now 15 years in. So back then it was like maybe 12 years into the career. So like, I'm ready to finally be a lead. And also just like, I want to just stretch and be immersed in a world. And then the characters of brother and mother, I had known them already. So the script was written for the three of us.
Wow. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I love to see that, because that's what actually brings me in front of you. Not seeing any roles for me as an actor. Let me start highlighting my fellow actors that are out there killing it. So props.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very much from the get-go of like, we're going to make this. It's not like we're doing representation in terms of like, I don't know, you know, I think it's very important telling our people's stories, you know, and our history and whatnot. But I think it's also important for us to exist beyond that and let us live in these weird surrealist worlds, but also not ignoring, because I don't like colorblind stuff as well. Because that was what we were trying to do. Is like, why can't we be in these weird art films?
Yeah.
But also do it in a way where our uniqueness can also add so many more layers to it. And then we found that in terms of when we were staffing up for the rest of our team, for our crew, a lot of our crew members happened to be Asian American because they responded to the themes that, you know, maybe not so overt, but, you know, you see the dynamics. A white father, Asian mother, And in terms of, the film we say is like an allegory for systems of oppression, and all the different characters represent the archetypes of people that exist in a society of oppression. Like father being the one that makes rules, and then kind of in a way it's perverted his rules and he's bound to his own rules. So is he really free? And then mother being the one that like knows it's all BS, but she goes along with it because she doesn't think there's any option, rather than being the super innocent one that comes up in the system and doesn't even know how to question it. And then me being kind of the character that comes in is like bringing this idea, instigating the ideas of freedom and trying to push it on everyone else. Yeah. So, and then it was to the point that I think we looked around and we're like, y'all, we gotta hire some crew that aren't Asian because we need to diversify.
Yo, I felt this film. I resonated with these characters as an Asian American with a white father, and connecting in that regard. Actually, more so not connecting, because I hated my father growing up, and then we found a connection later, and now I love him. But just those differences, and just growing up as an AAPI in the United States, and just seeing everything around me. And so this spoke to me in so many ways. So thank you for this. But yeah, like I said, I think I need therapy with you all communicating, talking about I'm curious, just like mining and creating the script. You had these ideas, you had your team or whatever, but like how did this develop with script wise? Obviously, you wanted that representation, but like mining this, like, did anybody have these experiences? How was that in kind of like making this portrayal, and then bringing in Casper Van Dien, legend, amazing. Hate him in this movie, but he is, well, don't hate him. Hate him as a person. Hate his character. Don't hate him as a person. He's lovely in this.
Fabulous as a person. He's amazing. I guess so. Sorry, your first question is.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I threw a bunch together.
No. You said, how did that influence the?
Yeah, how the script come together? Yeah.
Well, the script came together essentially is Corey is insane. Corey himself is biracial as well, so I think he understands that in betweenness. So essentially, he just knew who he was writing for. He knew that I was going to be in it. Elise and Ian were going to be in it as well. And decided that why not make us a family? But, he wanted to do something a little bit more twisted. He didn't want to just do like, a straight up family drama.
Yeah.
Because he was like, we have to logistically shoot in one location because of money and budgeting. But he personally does not like to shoot in one location. He doesn't like when films are stuck in a location. So he's like, if we're gonna be stuck in a location, I have to make it interesting. I have to have a reason why we never leave the house. So that kind of, he just went off and wrote a story. And the guy he spits out scripts. I don't know. Sometimes he'll take a long time like outlining, but once he starts writing, it just comes out. So he spit out the script quite like very quick, and then sent off his first draft, kind of read like a third or fourth draft, sent it off. I sent it to Ian and Elise first to make sure that they liked it and they were immediately on board. And then there were some notes. I think Ian.
Yeah, I'm curious the notes. Yeah, input that you all had towards.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think Corey had already done interesting things. I don't remember what notes Ian had. In terms of Elise's note, the scene did not make the cut, but there had been a scene where initially the original version, like mother, in an effort to get father to persuade father to do something, she seduces him. But she was like, as an Asian woman, I've done this before. I don't want to play that card. Yeah. So she was like, I've done this before. There's an expectation that Asian women do that with, blah, blah. So she was like, can we do something else? So He completely rewrote the scene for her. The scene did not make the cut, but those were things in terms of the influence that we had as actors and the freedom we had like collaboratively to say yes and no to things. In terms of the scenes in Vietnamese that we had, Corey had written them completely in English with the intent for them to be in Vietnamese, and me and Elise sat down together and translated it together.
Okay.
And along with some of our crew members that were Viet, just to make sure it was all Gucci. But
love it.
Yeah. But like,
I want to give a shout out to Jess Vu. I just saw it was on it. She's part of my Nerds of Color fam that I'm with as well. So
Jess
shout out to
is
Jess.
One of my best friends.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, she's one of my best friends. Love her.
So now that this project is reaching out to the people on February 10th in theaters, digital on demand, what are you hoping and what do you think this is going to speak to? Or I know it's going to create conversation with me because like I said, I need therapy with my therapist because I feel these characters, but I can't wait to show it to the rest of my API friends and be like, yo, like, can y'all feel this right here? It's deep. It's deep.
I guess what I hope for it is, I mean, we had always wanted it to have a theatrical release, but we thought it was going to be maybe 1 or 2 theaters because it's such a small film. So just to know that we're playing at more than that, and then there may be expansion. There's talk about that, obviously. So obviously we can get a bunch of butts in the seats this opening weekend to see if we can expand. I just want as many people to watch it as possible. And like you said, like have conversation because there's not a lot of answers. A lot of people have come to us asking for definitive answers, and Corey just looks at him and smiles and he's like, that's not why I made this film.
Hey, let's go. Well, shout out to Corey.
Well, it's like it's ambiguous. Like that's the thing, is like the whole point is, I think, ask these questions, if anything. And then I mean, it's just crazy that we are going to be playing internationally as well. I mean, I'm excited to just go do another film like this.
Hey.
Get immersed in something like this again. It was a lot for my first time producing. So
well, let's go. Let's make this the first of many. Let me throw them flowers at you. Thank you on behalf of myself and the rest of the API community, creatives as well, doing it, trying to make things happen. This is awesome. And this spoke to me. And I can't wait to share and talk with my friends when it drops on February 10th in theaters, digital on demand. Vivien, truly a pleasure. Can't wait to see what you're going to do more. And thank you for your time and would love to celebrate you as you continue on this journey of making great work.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your Friday.
You too. Thank you, Vivien. Thank you all. Catch Daughter when it arrives in theaters, digital on demand, February 10th. It's your boy Kuya P. This Nerds Rule the World. Boom.